Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. We've never done podcasts on YouTube before, so hopefully it's on YouTube, honestly. If you're listening to the audio version, then you can go find it if it uploaded right. I don't know. I'm still new to all this, figuring it all out. So if you do want to watch it, it should be there. But anyway, we're got a great guest interview today. We're actually in person. We made the trip up to Jasper, Alabama today, out in the country. I grew up in the country, but I've been living in the city for a while, and then back out in the country today makes me miss it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Jasper's kind of the best of both worlds. It's country living in the city.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was telling Jeremiah, I live, 10 minutes from here, which is 4 miles driving, but on 20 acres.
Yeah.
I could have cows if I wanted. My neighbor does have cows. So it is agricultural.
Yeah.
But it is city living.
Yeah. So we're here with Jeremy Harbin of Harbin's Outdoors. And what is the name of the store?
Harbin's.
Just
straight Harbin's.
Yeah, I looked it up on Google Maps, and that said Harbin's. I said, well, that's probably where I need to go, just Harbin's.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be here, man. I'm thank you for letting me come up and hang out for the day. I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of stuff going on. But tell everybody Jeremy's been on the Kid Contractor podcast with Caleb Allman before. If you want to hear some more of his story, maybe something different that they talked about, you can go listen to their episode. But today I want to dive into everything that you have going on. I mean, there's too many things. Like we've been talking for literally 2.5 hours now, and it just hasn't stopped. Like something new keeps coming up, something new, and you just like, man, I'm a man that likes to work, and that's what you just do. So the life you've built around you here. So if you're on YouTube, we're in the warehouse of Harbin's
Of the store. Retail store.
Yep. And behind the camera is the L-shaped wall that your landscape business gets because the
right.
wife takes the majority. But man, just tell us a little bit about it. Tell us about yourself, how Harbin, maybe go back before Harbin's. What did your childhood look like? What did you, growing up, you're a fireman, what did your career before getting into this business look like?
So, I didn't live like a rough kid life.
Yeah.
But, mom and dad married. I was young, and they divorced. I was young. I lived with my grandparents, literally lived with friends, from in my teenage years. And, I had an apartment when I was a teenager in school. Not many people did.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. You had your own apartment?
My own apartment, yeah. So,
wow.
So I have been on my own for a long time. And so that just taught me that, to work. No one ever gave me anything.
Yeah.
And I guess that sounds bad to say that, but, I wasn't given what most people get.
Yeah.
And so I hold no resentment toward anybody toward that. It's just it made me value to work hard to get the things that we have. And whether it's material things or others, I'm not living my life for material things.
Yeah, yeah.
But it also makes the world go around a little easier.
Yeah, yeah. It makes
nice
life
trucks
fun.
or nice house or, nice clothes or whatever. But no, I want my kids, I got 3 kids, 4, 8, and I'm about to have an 18-year-old. So, man, I don't look old enough to have an 18-year-old, but I do feel it.
Yeah.
But, I don't want to give them everything. So, I want them to learn the value of working hard, honest work, and having good character with that also.
Yeah, you don't want to give them anything, but you want to have the ability to give them things.
Absolutely.
I think that's the way I'm looking at it now. Like raising Jack, I mean, he's 5 months old now, and we're already time's flying, and we're nowhere to where you are at. But it's cool to see somebody like you get yourself to the point where you have the ability to give them things if you want to.
Absolutely.
You have the ability to make their life different than what yours was growing up. Yeah. And that's exactly like my dad is full-time minister. So like we didn't grow up. I had a great family life. So I'm very thankful for that. But we didn't have material things. We didn't have money. We had what we needed. We had a roof over our heads, food on our table, which is more than what you had, it sounds like sometimes. But there is just a different way of life that I want to live now. I want to provide things for Jack and our other future kids moving forward. And what is that? I mean, how have you done that? I mean, going back to you were a full-time firefighter in the first place. I mean, so that was your first step. You sacrificed a lot there. Talk about that a little bit. The sacrifice that goes into doing a career like that. I mean, that's something you got to feel called to.
Absolutely. And I just had a conversation with a lady this morning, and I'm going through some family issues with a sick family member. And so my phone's blowing up with work. We're 20 years in our business here in town. We're a small town of less than 14,000. Mm-hmm. So everybody knows you. And they're like, hey, it's been 3 weeks. You told me to give you a call. I haven't heard from you. Well, I've had a sick family member. We've been in Texas. We've been at the beach. She's not going to live very much longer. And so, I'm letting her enjoy her last days. I'm trying to let her enjoy and do the things that she wants to do because, family comes first. And for the longest, I kind of really put work first. But you do have to work. It's not like you can just shut the door down and go, oh, I've got a cold and I'm not going to work today because I got to take care of my family.
Yeah.
But bills keep coming, right?
Yeah.
But so she calls and I gave her the scenario, what's going on. She's like, listen, honey, you take care of your family. She goes, if I can just get it before summer, we're good. Mm-hmm. And so if, a lot of your customers would just really, relate to like, oh, family does come first.
Yeah.
On that end. But, so I have I guess you say a heart of having compassion and helping others. I would do it for free if I could.
Yeah.
But obviously Caterpillar likes their payments every month.
That's right.
Chevrolet likes their payments for the trucks. But, going into the fireman, every kid has a dream when they're growing up or when they're in high school. And I told Jeremiah, I had a full ride in college as a college cheerleader.
Yeah. Which I thought about multiple times when I was in high school. I couldn't do a standing front tuck or whatever you called it, but I thought about giving it a try.
It was fun. Met a lot of cool people, networked on that end, but I knew I wanted to do something in the public safety field. And so I actually took the highway patrol test and I took the fire test at the same time. The fireman called first. 3 weeks later, I was already hired.
Really?
And the highway patrol called. Like, hey, we want you to come work. It's like, sorry, man, I already took a job.
Do you ever wish you took the highway patrol?
Oh, man. My life would be so much different.
Yeah.
Because that is, you literally can't work another job. So the thing at the fire station is you work in Alabama 24 hours on, 48 hours off. Mm-hmm. So that allowed me to have, working 9 to 10 days a month. And that allowed me to have 3 to 4 days a working week to do something else. And to be honest, I feel guilty sitting at home.
Yeah.
I spend money. I like things. I like nice things or, a nice home or nice clothes. And I would just feel guilty just sitting at home while I guess you can say the perception of a man nor a woman is to work during the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't do it.
Yeah. So you couldn't sit at home for 2 days.
No. And so I do have a passion for working outside. And I like to make things beautiful. And so that's where I just put my artistic views and values in and said, hey, I'm going to get into the landscape. I'll start mowing lawns. And to be honest, man, it started with an S10 pickup truck and a push mower from Home Depot.
Really?
That was my first rig.
Do you still have the S10?
No.
Oh, man. That would have been a cool story.
No, if I did, but, we traded, upgraded. And I think I traded that in Trussville, of all things.
Really?
To a Nissan Frontier.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think it was a Desert Runner Frontier. So it was like the Tacoma and the Nissan version, two-wheel drive, but look four-wheel drive.
Yep. Man, that's crazy.
With no ramp, no trailer. I actually borrowed my first trailer for the first year. And that's how we started.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I rented my first truck and trailer from the guy that I bought my business from. I rented it from him for a while. So that's crazy, man. Do you think you stay up 24 hours if you had to now?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah. I just drove to Texas and back in 30 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no way.
1,500 miles round trip.
No way. I couldn't do it. Could not do it. So, I mean.
Lots of Monster Energy. Lots
of things that aren't good for you.
Yeah. I think the new drink now is called Alani.
Yeah. Oh, no. Those Alanis are good.
They're really good.
Those Alanis are really good.
I think I drank a 6-pack.
Oh, my gosh. The amount of what's in those? Is it caffeine? Is the caffeine in those that keep you going?
It must be something. But pretty sure it's not very good for
Yeah,
your body.
not good for you. But at this point, you feel like you probably just got your body probably like requires them. Like you probably have to have them now.
Absolutely. 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then I do chase it with a Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you're too far gone. There's no going back. Well, man, this is that's cool. So that's a really cool backstory. So you were a firefighter for 20 years, you said, right?
Yes.
You took early retirement there, and then really you put all of your life savings into not your landscape business, but this business that we're sitting here in today, the store. So walk me through the first however many years of the business before the landscape company, and what did the building process of that look like while you were a firefighter? I mean, did you have guys working for you? Were you doing it yourself?
Yeah, so, like anybody else, getting started in the business, not buying another, business that had already been running.
Yeah.
You start with yards. For all you guys out there, so, look at numbers and say, well, I've got 20 yards, or I've got 50, or how many accounts, or how many yards. Mainly the guys at the fire stations. We had close to 300 firemen in Tuscaloosa, and so everybody cut grass, 80%. So we would call them grass maggots. And everybody had a truck and trailer. They'd bring it to the station, work on the mowers in the downtime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I lived an hour away and I commuted, so there was no way to drive my truck down and then bring it back home. Even though I did maintain some properties in Tuscaloosa, we started in Jasper. My wife went with me. I remember this day vividly, putting door hangers out. Even though this was my town where I had lived, I didn't have a single account here. Most of mine were in the Birmingham metro area, or I had one in Tuscaloosa. And so when I moved back to Jasper in 2006, we went hanging door hangers.
Really?
And I had, 500 to 1,000 printed, way too many for a town of only 14,000.
Yeah.
But I still have my very first customer.
Really?
My very first one.
Wow.
And it's just a couple blocks over from the store here. But you would need some help. Of course, you need a weed eater man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You don't want to do it all yourself. And you could pay somebody, at that time, $12, $15 an hour cash money, $100 bill a day, and you could get a lot more work done. And so we just started that way. And then as things just kind of snowballed, and the next year, we picked up, 10 more. And, I think my goal the first year, and I don't mind sharing numbers on that end, my first goal was $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, that was a lot of money. All I had was a 21-inch Honda and a truck. The truck had to get me to the fire station anyway.
Yeah.
And so if I could put $15,000 in my pocket, of course, I guess, you take out whatever else you want to take out, the gas that you spent doing that. It might have been $10,000, but
if you can generate $15,000 on top of your firefighter salary, I mean, that's not bad. That's a good start.
That's a good side job.
Yeah.
Good little hustle. And so, I think then the first year we ended up doing $25,000 instead of $15,000. I was like, man, so, if I work a little harder next year, let's see if we'll do 35, and then we did 50. And then, the next year we wanted to do 50, and we did 100. And it's like, wow. By that time, I'd already had, somebody helping me every single day off.
Yeah.
I was going and knocking on the doors at these businesses here in town. I was wanting commercial work because the residential work was there. There's just a lot of people in our area, to be honest, don't care for nice things. They don't want to pay to have nice things.
Yeah.
And so the businesses have to have the grass cut. So, man, I was, every gas station, Taco Bell's. I remember I had inked out a deal with Taco Bell to take 55 Taco Bells.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking from Anniston, Clanton, Tuscaloosa, Winfield. So I'd say a probably 45 to 50-mile radius
it's a
of
big
Jasper.
service area, yeah.
And I almost got that deal, and I think I had bid it $117,000. And I was living in a $60,000 house in town. I was thinking, man, if I get this, I'm going to be rich. And I'm glad it didn't work out.
You probably wouldn't have made any money.
I probably would have lost my tail on that.
Yeah.
I had no clue on pricing. Man, I was just like, I just took the amount of stores and how long it was going to take. At that time, that was before GPS was out, really.
Yeah.
Or iPhone. It was before iPhones. So this was 2007. I don't think I got an iPhone until
I don't remember
after
when they
2011.
Came out. Yeah, I think they were out earlier than that, maybe, but they weren't very popular. I mean, you were rich if you had one.
I know. I went to California in 2009, and I had a TomTom GPS.
Really?
That mounted to the windshield.
That blows my mind. Like, I don't know how to work a GPS. Literally. I do not know how to work a GPS, like a traditional GPS sticking on the dash.
It mounted on the dash, and my wife and I had rented a small car, and it was just about the TomTom was about as big as the car.
No way. No clue. I showed my young age a couple months ago. We were doing one of those breakout rooms in Birmingham, and part of the clue was you had to do like a tape recorder. You had to rewind it. You had to play it and then rewind it. I didn't know how to work the thing. I did not know how to work the player, and we had one guy in there who was like 45, I think, and he was the only one that knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was my age. It's crazy how much technology has changed in the last 20 years.
I was speaking with my cousin who's been sick here lately, and when we were teenagers, we went to Ohio, and we listened to the Eagles tape in the car.
Really?
The whole ride. So you'd play side A and then flip it over and play side B. And when you play side B, it basically rewinds side A. So you can flip it back over
and
again.
just play A again.
And play A again. So it's A, B, A, B, A, B. And I think we did that all the way through Kentucky.
That's
until
hilarious.
we had heard every Eagle song you could possibly imagine.
Did you go to their reunion when they came?
I did not.
I'm kind of kicking myself for it, honestly. I'm kind of mad I didn't go because I don't know if they're ever going to come back.
Yeah, but I'm very fond of them because that was our band we listened to traveling.
Yeah, a lot of memories. A lot of memories you probably made doing that. So where were we at? You had the guy helping you, and you built it just over time.
A little over time.
Yeah.
And so you had one guy, and then what turned into living in Jasper, the fire station here. I had a fireman here helping me, and so what would work really well is like if I was at the fire station and he wasn't at the fire station, that means that truck. I bought an additional truck, and that truck could be out making money.
He was working, yeah.
So when I'm at work getting paid by the city, my truck at home is making money.
Yeah.
And so that worked out really well. And so it just kind of snowballed on that end. We kept having we kept two full-time guys, and then we've been to a point where we've had 17 guys.
Wow, so you did get big.
Yes, I did. Back, I'd say after 2011, 2012, we had 17 men.
Wow.
And we were doing the military contracts.
Yep.
And, which I was subcontracted by another contractor out of Atlanta. And they were like taking candy from a baby to me because I just got ripped a new one.
Really?
And I thought this was big.
What is some advice you would give on that exact situation to somebody else who's looking to do a property like that, a big commercial thing, but it's being bid out by another contract? Like another contractor has the contract and then they just want you to do it. What are some things that you would tell them to look for or like be hesitant of going into it?
Know your operating cost.
Okay.
If you do not know and you're guessing, you're going to lose. Strangely enough, I was listening to some podcast traveling back home from the beach yesterday, and it was just talking about guessing your cost, and that's just a slow way of just bankrupting yourself. Just basically business suicide.
Yeah, you won't survive.
No,
you won't.
And
survive.
so on our end, I felt like the numbers were good, but I just didn't account for a lot of the drive time, and that's just unbillable time. In the lawn care industry, it was just unbillable.
Yeah.
And we were traveling hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes between properties, not 10 minutes, not 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And accounting for traffic and stuff. But this company actually filed bankruptcy, still owed me over $30,000.
Wow.
I still have an active lawsuit against them.
Really?
Yes.
You think you'll ever get it?
Never.
Yeah.
No, and the way that worked on our end was I had a personal client who was an attorney, and so she handled some of the attorney fees on my end in exchange for work at her house.
Yeah.
And so, not only did I lose money on that end, I still lost the $30,000 in labor I had already paid my guys.
Yeah.
And we did the work. They filed bankruptcy. I never got paid. They dissolved one company and moved to another company. And this was I don't know, many of you guys on here own minority-owned businesses, whether it's what color of race you are or if you're a male or female. There's a lot of variables that take place in that minority-owned business.
Yep.
And so they were a minority-owned business. And so basically with that, you get first dibs on a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
They dissolved one company and made another.
Wow.
And went right back into the same business.
That's
Still
insane.
the same contracts. And mine just got squashed.
Mm.
And so $30,000 paid out in labor is $30,000 in paid out in labor. That's lost money.
Yeah. It's gone.
It's not like it was you paid $100 for a tree, you charge your client $300 for that tree, but you're really only out $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm out $30,000.
Yeah. Straight out of the bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
I paid the government to.
What kind of stress did that put on your business at that point? I mean, did that almost bankrupt you? I mean, what did that look like?
Well, luckily, still working at the fire station, so I had good income coming
Yeah.
in. My wife's a school teacher at that time. It was a hard hit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to let it define me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just dug deep and started working hard. And so the harder I worked, I was able to recoup that money back.
Mm.
But $30,000 would have been paying off another truck.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
From that standpoint, I could have had an additional
Or
truck.
buying a used one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cash. Like
Absolutely.
Getting out with. Yeah. That's insane.
So it didn't bankrupt us, but it did put a financial strain on us for a solid year.
Yeah.
It's hard to at that time we were only doing a couple $100,000 a year in business.
That's a chunk.
Prior to having those contracts, that contract with us, I want to say was close to $300,000.
Yeah.
But if you look back at it now, it's like, man, that thing should have been worth $600,000 or $700,000.
Yeah, you weren't even.
And
making
they
that
were
much
probably
money.
making that
Yeah.
and paying it out in half.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They were the ones benefiting.
Yeah. And I was young.
Yeah.
Those
are the things that you have to learn along the way, and that's the conversation we were having before we hit record. It's just things you learn after being in business for 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's why I like having guys like you on the show, is because I learned from it too. And there's so many guys out there who are in their first 5 years of business, and it's just they don't know these things. They just don't know. It's just life.
It is. And
that's what it is.
It's learning. I don't know if there's a lawn care for dummies book
Yeah.
out there. Or
Maybe you
landscaping
can write
for
one.
dummies.
Yeah.
But that's why we're so blessed to have social media. Whether it's got the pros and cons of it, I think the pros outweigh the cons by all means. But as someone with 20 years in business, and to be honest, do I want to advertise in my business and write it out? Yes and no. But I do like the social media end because I learn a lot. Whether it's looking through reels or just watching all these guys in the lawn care industry or the green industry, or listening to your podcast, Jeremiah, or even on marriage.
Yeah.
Is being married.
There's so much.
I've been married 15 years. I learn from listening to you in Savannah.
Wow.
And I can take something from that and apply it to mine.
Yeah.
And maybe someone listening in Idaho, or somebody's listening in Texas, or somebody's listening in West Virginia,
or Australia,
or
the United Kingdom. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, and maybe they can take something and say, man, what they said, I've never heard it that way.
Yeah.
And let's apply it to our business. Let's apply it to our marriage. Let's apply it to our family.
Yeah, it's all about how you use it. I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation if it wasn't for social media.
Absolutely.
That's literally the thing. And you don't even live far. You live an hour away from me.
Absolutely.
And I would have never known this was up here. So it's crazy that the network that social media can build. Was this business your first business venture? Because now you got a bunch of different things going on.
Yeah.
But is landscaping like your beginning business?
Well, oddly enough, it was. I really like the food industry.
Don't tell me you owned a restaurant.
No, I did not own one, but I did work for a restaurant in high school and college.
Okay.
And for most of you Bama people, Guthrie's restaurant. So it was chicken fingers and fries.
Oh, I love Guthrie's. I wish they were everywhere. But I'll tell you one that's better, Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's is pretty good.
That is so good.
But I'm not going to say that they messed up their their business was just chicken fingers and fries, and they kind of went out and tried to venture out into other things and dabble in something that other than chicken and fries.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they expanded their menu, and they gave way too many options.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like, in the lawn care industry or in the landscape business, find a niche and stay in it.
Yeah.
And if you do too many things that might be bad for your business, and I'm the pot calling the kettle black because, now I went from, doing lawn care to doing landscaping. And now not only doing lawn care and landscaping, man, I got into patios. I got into retaining walls. in the last year, I've got into fiberglass pools.
Yeah.
Which is a total different ball game.
Yeah.
But my problem with the pools was I was working behind so many pool installers who forgot to run a sleeve under the concrete.
Yeah.
Or they were giving their clients a pool and they just didn't think about, placement of the pool house. They didn't think about the placement of the plants.
They didn't think about anything other than the pool.
The pool only. And, we have a niche in the landscape industry to make your yard beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I can see the big picture. Sit on your back deck, on your patio, and say, we want to build an oasis in your backyard. This is how it needs to lay out, or this is not how it needs to lay out.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would go ahead and go get the pool and then forget that they need lighting or irrigation or they need drainage issues, up close to the house or on the side, or all they saw was the pool. Mm-hmm. And so with us doing the fiberglass pools, it allowed us to come in. We got the machines, we got the manpower to dig the holes, we can set them, and then we can build all the extras around it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the homeowner's dealing with one property or one contractor. And hopefully that saves them money and allows us to stay on a job longer.
And it also allows you to charge a premium because you can say, look, you can pay more. I mean, you can pay less and get 2 or 3 different people coming through, or you can pay one premium and have me here the whole time.
Absolutely.
And deal with me on the phone and the same 5 guys every time.
So we've learned. It's been a learning curve. We installed our first pool, and we've been on that pool for 2 months, and we are 99.999% finished.
Mm-hmm. We
had a bad cable and a light, and so we're held up on a shipping for one of the LED lights that goes in the pool.
Wow.
And so, this one cost me money, but I learned on that end.
You learned, it's your first one.
And so the dynamics are a lot larger installing pools than it was to set a 2-foot by 20-foot retaining wall.
Yep.
But it's beautiful. And
same principle, though.
Yeah.
It's just on a much bigger scale.
Yes, sir.
And so you have to start small, though. You couldn't have done fiberglass pools right after doing lawn mowing.
No.
There's no way. You went from lawn mowing to putting a patio down or putting some concrete. That's what I've talked about, like my concrete that I did in my house. Like everybody's making fun of me for, but that's just a learning process. You just do it the first time and you see what you did wrong, and we're going to drive all over it. And if it cracks and falls apart, then we're going to say, well, what did we do wrong?
Yeah, and I didn't go to college for landscaping. I did a year and a half of college. I cheered, went to work at the fire station, and then everything else has been trial and error. Yeah. I really remember back, I'd say in the early 2000s, I see 6, 7, 8, we still had dial-up internet at the fire station. I didn't even own a computer at home.
I don't even know what that is. Like, I've heard it, but I don't know what it does.
Yeah, so when you go, you keep on, something like that. So then it says connecting to AOL or you've got mail or something like that.
That's insane.
It takes minutes to just pull up, one video.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry for the sounds there.
Oh, no, that's
sound
good.
Like Caleb making sounds that he makes.
Yeah.
But I remember watching YouTube on how to install sprinkler systems.
Yeah.
And I would draw the diagram out. And it would take me hours to go through a 30-minute video on YouTube because it would sit there and buffer. And then when the city in Tuscaloosa, we got fiber, around 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Man, you could watch a video and just bam.
Yeah.
It's right there.
That's life-changing. And now you can just pull it up on your phone.
And so, learning that kind of stuff, not going to college for it, and I'm not, not knocking people who didn't go to college for it or who did go to it.
Yeah.
I've taken a lot of continuing education classes at Auburn. They've got a phenomenal program. There's a guy in Birmingham, and I don't know if you know John Neighbors with a corporate extension office.
Yes.
John and I, oddly enough, has got Walker County ties.
Really?
And so I have been to many, many classes that he put on, that it still puts on, and Fred Cap. Fred's been in the industry, 40 years plus. And I mean, I've got their personal cell phone numbers. I need something, or I need to find out a fungus or a disease or what's going on.
Yeah.
I can count on them to help rectify the problem that we have. Or if they're putting on classes, I'll send my guys to them because my guys need to know.
Yeah.
Learn it another way. Yep. Of course, to them, it's like, man, I'm getting paid to drive to Birmingham, go sit in a class. But not only am I paying them to go to Birmingham, sit in a class, I'm putting knowledge in their head to come back to be a me at this business.
Yeah.
So
100%. You're investing into your company.
But going is like the guys who may go to Auburn and go through the horticulture program, or Mississippi State or NC State's got a big horticulture program down here. They would have an opportunity to run a machine.
Mm-hmm.
They would be taught it in school.
Yeah.
I just didn't have that. I didn't say I didn't have that luxury. I just chose a different path.
Yeah, yeah. Same result, just a different way to get there. Yeah. And it's trial and error. That's what a lot of guys do. It's a lot of ways guys have built their businesses. That's what I've done. I went to college for 1 year, had nothing to do with landscaping or anything. It was just a business, like what I was doing. And so I didn't take much of that at all and put it into my business. I did a few principles, but not many. So you built a landscape company. Let's fast forward all the way up to 2018. By this point, you've flipped houses, right?
Yes.
By this point, you'd
Yes.
started flipping houses. How did your first house flip start? What made you do that? Well, guys, thanks for tuning into the show today, and I'm so excited to be bringing to you a new live event in our industry. It's called Synced Live. It's the second annual event, and it's going to be on February the 6th and the 7th of 2023 at the Cobb Galleria in Atlanta, Georgia. Some of the leaders that are going to be speaking at this event from our industry are Jim McCutcheon, Deborah Cole, Mike Haynes, Jay Worth, Joe Langton, and many more. There's literally probably 10 more on this list that I'm not even reading, so there's going to be a ton of value packed from speakers there. There's also going to be education topics going on in and around the booth at the event. They're going to be talking about recruiting and retaining employees, innovation, automation, and the ROI of automation. There's going to be tons of stuff on that. There's also going to be 70-plus vendors. Now, you don't want to go to a trade show and not see vendors. So, like we said, 70-plus vendors. There's going to be vendors pertaining to porcelain paving, natural stone paving, walling systems, smart measurement, robotic mowers, tech, software, everything in between. It's going to be full of value and full of great vendors and exhibits that we get to go look at and try things out for our business and see how we can make our businesses better in the future. So, like I said, it's our second annual event, Synced Live, February 6th and 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. The 6th is a half a day of the show. The full day is on the 7th, on Tuesday. I can't wait to be a part of this. I can't wait to show up and be there and network, hang out with all of you guys. This is my first year going. If you've never gone, if you didn't go last year, make it out this year, Atlanta, Georgia. It's well worth your ticket price just for the education alone, not even to mention all the vendors and things you're going to get to see and the networking you're going to get to do. So come out and see us in Atlanta on February the 6th and the 7th at Synced Live, Cobb Galleria. We can't wait to see you there. Now let's get back to the show.
Well, we bought a cheap house.
Okay.
And
did y'all live in it?
Yeah, we did. We lived in it for a short amount of time and invested a small amount of money in it.
Mm-hmm.
But we beautified the house.
Yep.
Where it had 35-year-old boxwoods out front, and
yeah, just made the landscape a little nicer.
The 50-year-old Nandinas that were 8 foot tall. Pull it out.
Yeah.
Go back. Newer, fresh, low maintenance, new sod. I mean, at this time, I think 2 pallets laid my front yard total. It was in right here in downtown.
Yeah.
And so you could take a $67,000 house, invest $10,000, and sell it for $117.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that time, it's early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
That's good money.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like
still pretty good money.
Yeah. So okay. So I can buy a $90,000 house.
Yeah.
Invest $20,000. And sell it for $150, or $160, or $170, and so we just got in it that way. And at that time I had one son, and he was here every other weekend, so we didn't need a lot of room.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew we wanted our family to grow.
Yeah.
And then at that time I already had an additional truck, and we were working out of our house. So we didn't have a store, and so I knew I needed some land, or I needed a bigger place, and so we just kept snowballing each one of those until we could get a bigger one.
What's your biggest flip to date?
Like monetary wise?
Yeah. Or house, whatever you want to share.
Wow.
Not how much money you made. Not how much money you made, but like.
Well, I will tell you, we bought a house for $65,000 right here, literally over the hill in downtown, and I sold it for $215,000.
That's insane. That's awesome.
And
it's awesome, but that's years of experience. That's what it goes back to. Like, we're not getting caught up in the numbers. I don't even care about how much money you made. I just think like the risk involved with doing that first one. Yep. You go back to that first one.
Yes,
that had to be scary.
Oh, it was very scary.
That's
I didn't know you could borrow money from the bank.
Yeah,
even
that's what I get out of this.
And not that was a big flip on this last one. And this was one of our last ones where we did. My brother's in the real estate business here. He's a broker, has his own firm here. And he didn't have it listed, but another guy did. And it literally popped up on Facebook. I saw it. I screenshot it, sent it to my brother. I want this house.
Get it for me now.
Now.
Yeah.
I want the house. We need a contract under it now. Because once you get under the contract, you
get a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got dibs on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got it squared away. Then it turned into a problem where it was in probate through a death.
Yeah.
The son lived out of state. He didn't want anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to sell it. Of course, it was left in, I think, the parents' name. And so you had to go through 6 months. And this was during COVID. So everything was delayed.
Everything took longer, yeah.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't need a delayment. This was in February, and this is when my guys are slow. I need to do the demo work. And so I gambled on this house, and I had it written in the contract. I had it written up that I could do some of the demo work and some of the remodel without owning the home. So, yes, I put about $25,000 of my money, demo the house out.
And you didn't even own it.
Didn't even own it, but he allowed me to have access to it and see it and be there. I couldn't live in it. Because I couldn't even get insurance. At that time, I couldn't even get insurance on the house because the insurance company would not insure it because I did not own it.
It wasn't in your name, yeah.
So it's uninsured on my end.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm investing $25,000 in this house. I've demoed the showers out. I resealed all the hardwoods. I've taken all the wallpaper off the walls, found the shiplap that was behind it, found 2 old guns in the house, over 100 years old.
Wow.
Still got them.
It's a good find.
I'm a little gun collector.
Yeah.
And so if this guy had just wanted to come down and be a jerk, he could have been like, man, I sold this house for $65,000. And he said, I could sell this house for $180 all day with what you've done to it. And took it out from underneath me.
Yeah.
And I would have lost big
You were
time.
just hoping he didn't come down.
I'm just hoping he wouldn't come down.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
we were able to finally get it closed. And when we did, we lived there for about a year and a half while we remodeled our personal farmhouse. And then I sold that house. And so we did.
Wow.
I walked away with the biggest check to date, at the bank, at the closing, to carry to the bank, to give to the next house.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's crazy. That's a wild ride. That's one of your many business ventures that you got going right now. You've also got some condos that you have and rent out. You were saying down in Florida.
Yeah, down on 38.
Some of the prettiest beaches in the world.
Yeah, in between Destin and Panama City. So little condos down there. My wife and I have stayed at for the last 15 years.
Yeah, we're going to be down there in a couple of weeks. So
they're small, but there's really all you need is a place to shower and lay your head down at night. And
that's right.
Enjoy the sand and the beautiful scenery.
That's right. The area down there around you is nice enough.
Just white sugar sand. I've carried some of my workers and down there, and I've got some guys that are from Guatemala and they've never seen white sand.
Yeah.
In Guatemala it's dark and black.
Yep.
And I had one of my guys tell me maybe last year or the year before, says, where'd all the sugar come from? And he called it sugar.
Yeah, it's sugar white
Sugar sand.
I mean, that's what it's called. That's hilarious, man. So Risk is your middle name, it sounds like.
Oh, yes.
Risk is your middle name. We're going to have to do a whole nother – I want to do a marriage podcast with y'all down the road. We're going to have to relink on that. But as far as building the business, so you built the business. You started flipping houses. This is enough as in itself. You got condos. Well, let's throw this whole thing into the mix of what we're sitting in right now. You're running a almost $2 million store at one point.
Yes.
Is what you're doing in revenue out of this warehouse. It was a big investment for you to buy in the first place. What did that whole process look like of buying this? I mean, what even is this? Tell everybody what we're sitting in right now.
Well, so one, I'm super blessed to have it and the opportunity to do it. But even years ago, even when my wife and I was in our first house, we would set goals. And so we've done several Ironman competitions.
Really?
Yes. So, swim, bike runs, hundreds of miles on those.
You're just making up for all those Alanis and Mountain Dews that you
absolutely.
drink.
So we, she was a college athlete, and whether you say I was a cheerleader or a college athlete, we just come from a background of that. And so we like being competitive. But we also had goals. And so we would write our goals down, and we wanted to do a retail store. I mean, I can remember that house had parquet flooring, And we were sitting at the table, and I was just looking at it, and I was thinking, man, how could I make her dream come true? Because that's kind of like on my end. I'll do anything I can do to make my wife happy.
Yeah.
And so happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I just can't tell her I want like 2 more excavators. She will not let that happen.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do a store, and I didn't know that you could go to the bank and borrow money.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that business owners either inherited it, or they went to college and that's how it was given to them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could.
You didn't know what you didn't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's the trial and error, and that's kind of the life experiences on our end. So the store never happened. And of course, that was about the time that the recession in 2008.
Yeah.
Everything crashed, and but our business didn't. Landscaping and lawn care, people still had to have the grass cut. And by that time, I had been in business for many years, and I had a lot of commercial work. So ours just kept growing, growing. And then I had the opportunity to leave the fire station in 2018, and we wanted to open a store. And we had known this for about a year in advance, and so we had been looking at properties through downtown and in downtown Jasper, and properties we would look at would be $500,000. Well, I was like, man, I don't have $500,000.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could have went to the bank and borrowed it if you had a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a business plan. Look, we were winging it. I mean, straight winging it.
Yeah.
So we left church one morning, and my church is right around the corner at the big First Baptist Church here. And the for sale sign was at the front door, and it was on a piece of cardboard, and it almost faded off, the number. And so I called, and it was about a 90-year-old lady whose husband died, and this was their electrical supply business. This was a electrical supply store who sold electrical components to residential and commercial builders.
Mm-hmm.
And so we bought the store, and we opened the store a few months later. I think we did our reno here in less than 90 days. And we opened up a home and garden store, and COVID hit. Well, let me back that up. We opened the home and garden store. First year of business was mediocre, just barely enough to pay the utilities and the note on the building. I had invested every bit of my life savings from being a fireman into the building.
Yeah.
Not even in the inventory, just the building itself. And then the next year, we were very blessed the next year, and we had decent numbers, but not self-sustainable numbers.
Yeah, you had to have that conversation of like, whoa, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
no, still had landscape money.
Yeah.
She was still teaching.
Yeah.
But it wasn't self-sustaining numbers.
Yeah.
Not
not sustaining enough to put your whole life savings into
absolutely
it, to justify it at least.
And then COVID hit. March 13th, they shut our schools down here. My wife was teaching. She comes here. We never left. I mean, and when I say we never left, we never left.
Yeah.
We were here sun up, sundown, into the wee hours of the morning. We was doing tropical plant sales. It was spring. We were doing flower pots. When I was going through talking about the pine straw, I was, thousands of rolls of pine straw we were applying. My guys everybody was stuck at home. They want pine straw. How much is it to get, our yard done? I'd give them a price per roll. Okay, put us on the books. And my guy, not on top of the grass mowing we was having to hire extra people just to apply pine straw.
Just to do pine straw. That's crazy.
And then Ashley and I were delivering flower pots at night, 11 o'clock at night. I still remember 11 o'clock walking up the steps at someone's home delivering flower pots.
Did you knock on the door or did you just leave them?
No, we just put them on the front.
You just left them.
Yeah, Walker County, you may get shot. I'm just kidding. But, you don't want to be knocking on the door at 11 o'clock at night. But, we were putting the pots out on the front porch.
That's insane.
And so
everything you had went into this business.
Everything. Absolutely, and it still is.
Yeah.
I mean, because
this is all your kids know.
It is. I have an 8-year-old who can run the cash register, who can do the Instagram, who can probably do the inventory.
Yeah.
And I have a 4-year-old who can run the forklift.
That's funny right there.
So, yeah, this is all they know. Yeah. And literally, for us too. But it has allowed us to venture into many different things. But, the COVID happened. We were very blessed on that end. Our garden center really thrived.
Yeah.
But you got the box stores that have a garden center. Like literally rode through one of our big box stores here in town, and so they're getting ready for their seasonal nursery to open. But we are in a small town, and we do have another nursery across town, and that is all. That's kind of all that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a town can only hold so much.
Yeah, that's right.
For the demand. But we were very unique on that end.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly here, we have more unique plants and unique items that you're not going to find at the box store.
Yeah. And you've incorporated that into a retail store.
Yes.
So, like, you can come and get multiple things. I already know I'm going to have to go in there and shop for Jack before I leave. Savannah will be mad if I don't come home with something. So,
we got baby items. We got women items.
Yeah.
I say it, you can basically come here and get everything you need in one stop.
Yeah.
Without going to Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. Start selling eggs. Eggs are expensive. Get a few chickens right now and put them out there. You'll make some real money on eggs. But man, this is awesome. I mean, I'm just kind of in awe at this. Do you just wake up every day and you're kind of like, wow, what have we done? Like,
there's times I'll walk in here. Either I'll come down here at night because we still have personal items stored on the shelves. Yeah, that whole back shelf back there, that's all personal stuff in my house.
Yeah.
So we don't have a garage.
Yeah, she was putting Christmas decorations in here right before we started recording.
This is January 24th, and we just took Christmas down
now, you can't throw her under the bus like that now.
But we've been busy. She's been at market.
Yeah.
So, when I say she, that's Ashley. And so after we just sold Christmas 22, she was at market the week. So we're big Alabama football fans. So the national championship Monday night in college football, that Monday starts market week for her.
So we're glad y'all weren't in the championship this year.
Yeah, typically she's having to catch a red-eye flight.
Yeah, she's having to do it late, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't miss. But Alabama, unfortunately, wasn't in it this year. But we were in New Orleans for the bowl game.
Go Horned Frogs.
We that Monday of that week starts market for her.
Yeah.
And so she's buying Christmas on that Monday after just coming off Christmas.
Yeah.
So whatever – so I already know the color scheme for Christmas of 23. So all your stores, I've already had a pre-look.
Yeah.
On that end. But she's having to put, a lot of thought in, okay, how much are we going to spend on Christmas for 23? How much did we sell in 22? How much did we sell in 21? And then where are we going to shift to? Because we don't want to have the same things year to year.
Yeah.
Because our store is very unique and we want to change it up. Either supplying a better product for a better price or more quality on that end.
You're buying inventory that you're going to sit on for 11 months, 10 months maybe.
So the good thing about that is you buy it in January, it starts shipping in July, and that's when you start paying for it.
So you don't have to sit on it. You don't have to put it in this warehouse all year.
No, so
that would cause some real problems.
So in July is a hard month, but the good thing about her having her business and me having my business is a his and her, and it is, hey, it's real life, man. We rob Peter to pay Paul. I moved money from one business to the other. Or vice versa, back. July is a good month for landscape, and we're getting a lot of products in the ground.
Yeah,
it's dry. We're irrigating. We're putting plants in.
Yeah,
we're getting 25 days of work in July.
Yeah,
easy.
And production days. Yeah,
that are making money.
Yeah,
and so that helps. I'll give her a loan.
Yeah,
or vice versa. This is a bad month in landscape. January's not a good month. She'll loan me Christmas money.
Yeah.
To make, payroll or, our fuel bill's $5,000 a month.
It's insane. Tandem businesses, I guess you could call it.
So, it's kind of a nightmare on our accountants.
Yeah.
And we did one thing we've never done is had a bookkeeper. And we have an accountant that works for us that does all of our sales tax and our payroll, but we do have a full-time bookkeeper.
Yeah, they probably hate you right now, honestly.
Oh, yes.
She won't like, she'll learn to like you, but right now she's going over 2 years of.
I've never seen the amount of spreadsheets in my life is what she's created for me.
That's crazy.
Hey, here's all your loans. Here's all your payments. Here's your maturity date. This is when they pay off. And so this is a really good year personally for me is we have several items paying off this year.
That's awesome.
2 of the 259 Caterpillars, the the skid steers,
Mm-hmm.
the forklift, trucks
Yeah.
are paying off this year. So
That's
this is a
awesome.
really good year on that end. Just got to keep it up.
Yeah, that's right. You can't take your foot off the gas. Let's talk about that really quickly. I don't want to hold you much longer. We're already coming up on an hour here, but we were talking debt versus credit. Way to grow your business. There's no question. I mean, we're not even going to entertain the idea of like you couldn't do all this if you waited to do it in cash, or you could have maybe in 50 years, but you wouldn't be where you're at now if you just strictly use cash. Everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. Follow whatever belief you want to follow. Tell me how y'all have done this as far as cash. I mean, cash flow is king. Like, I mean, you got to have profit, but you got to cash flow as well. If you don't have good cash flow, your business is going to go to the ground.
That's right.
Overnight. So how have you, taken on that challenge of creating cash flow, especially for a business like this, that like so much upfront cost before even revenue even starts to turn? I'm sitting here in this warehouse looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. I mean, in inventory sitting in here, and you like haven't sold it yet. So like, how do you cash flow has to be hard for y'all? What do y'all do to stay on top of that?
Oh, it is tough. But that's where the two businesses work so well together. Is we do. She has a good month. I have a good month. We nest egg back.
Yeah.
Or I'll let her borrow
10,000.
Yeah. 5,000. Whatever. But we are also still in the growing stages in both.
Yeah. You're still growing, yeah.
Even though I've been in the landscape business 20 years, I haven't been landscaping 20 years, 15 maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm still growing.
Yeah.
Because I have goals.
Yeah.
And I want to reach them. And I'm not there yet. I want to keep my foot on the gas for many more. I'm 42.
You said 42 earlier.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah.
No, I'm 41. I'll be 42 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be 42 in April.
Yeah, okay.
I was born in 81.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I still have a solid, 13, 15 years of hard work that I can give as long as I'm physically able.
Yeah.
That I do want to get out there. I don't have a retirement age. I did meet with our financial advisors, and I do have a number out there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I will retire.
Quit. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my goal to get to. If I can get to that, and I can have X amount per month to live on, and I can liquidate my business, then I'm comfortable that I can live my life that way.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm able, as long as I'm physically able and healthy, I want to keep hammering down as long as I can.
Yeah.
As long as I can spend time with my family.
Yeah.
So, but we want to grow our store. I mean, we want our online to keep growing exponentially, because on our end, it's easier for me to sell. Let's look around, like these bowls or those knitted things there, pot holders.
Yeah, I was looking. What are these things on the bottom? What is
That's
that?
a dock and bay towel. So it's the best beach towel on earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get one of those before I leave here.
That's sales pitch for them. And we have a new product coming in called Sand Cloud. And so I do keep up with a lot of stuff that my wife does, because I do reach out and find some of our vendors for her.
Yeah.
But we just want to keep growing, because it's cheaper for me to ship that out of my warehouse if somebody bought and clicked on it and bought it off Instagram than it is for me to hire a salesperson to walk the floor and work 5 minutes to make a $17 sale.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So, and I want it come from our store instead of somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so, helping our website, helping that part grow on that end is a lot of goals that we have set, in front of us. But on top of the landscaping is, I know a number that I want to hit this year in gross sales.
Yeah.
And I know a profit margin I want to hit. And this might be the year that I might hit both at the same time.
It's awesome.
Especially with having things paid off. And,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm buying another piece of equipment this year. I don't want to buy another mower. I mean, you saw the mowers we have out there, probably $150,000 worth of mowers. I don't need a mower at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless someone else steals from me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, I don't want to be replacing mowers. So this is the year that I want to see, a bigger profit.
Yeah.
And a bigger gross sale.
I love it, man. This has been super fun. I appreciate you letting me come up here today and checking all this stuff out. I definitely want to come back and do a Marriage Monday with you and Ashley and talk more about the store, because we didn't get into that too much. But I think there's a whole road we could go down talking about the store and the trials and things that go on.
It's stressful, especially for even if you don't do your business with your wife.
Yeah,
you're married to it.
You're in it,
and
you're in it, man.
You're either taking it if your wife's doing it, the husband's taking part.
Yep.
Or if the husband's doing it, the wife's taking part somehow, some way. Because it's been a battle in our marriage. Doing invoicing. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm the world's worst. I'm about to tell you something. I haven't invoiced November yet.
Oh my. That the whole world has heard that.
So that's November,
yeah.
December, and we're 20.
That will hurt cash flow.
We're 24 days into January.
Yeah.
So you want to do the math?
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Now I do have some recurring, and I do have some bigger projects.
Not everything gets invoiced the way that most of you mowing guys think it does.
Some $1,000, some $15,000 invoices that have not been sent.
Mm-hmm.
So I do need to send those because that's bad business. And I will tell you, that's where I struggle. I've lost business by not invoicing properly because they need those invoices to make their business bottom line.
Yeah, that's where your bookkeeper will come into play this year, though. I think.
For everybody who does know me and I do work for them, might listen to this, I'm getting your invoice to you.
It's coming.
And it's not that
I want your money.
I don't need your money. I need your money.
Yeah. I love it, man. That's hilarious. Well, where can everybody find you if they want to connect with you on Instagram?
For the landscape sides, Harbin's _outdoors. And then for the retail side, it's Harbin's Jasper. Just HARBINS Jasper.
Cool, man. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for your time. One final question before we let you go. We try to ask all of our guests this. What is your why?
Man, my why is because I want things better for my kids than what I had. And I want to be able to give them a life, not from a material side, but I want to give them a life that they can look back and say, man, my dad wanted good for us.
Yeah. He worked his tail off to do it.
Yeah.
It comes, proof's in the pudding. You put the work in, you see what you get out of it. It's crazy to see what you built up here, man. I appreciate you letting me come up.
Thank you, pal.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. That's a great way to end the show. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a fun one. These in-person interviews are always so much better. It's great the connection you get to have here. If you watch on YouTube, if it ever made it to YouTube, thanks for watching. We're going to maybe try that out this year. Who knows? This is just a test run. Trial and error, right?
That's right.
That's what we talked about. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you learned something out of this. We're going to have a lot of new stuff coming out here soon. We're going to be at Synced Live. We're going to be at the Podcast Summit this weekend in Ohio. We're going to be at Synced Live in Atlanta in 2 weeks, and then we're going to be in Mississippi for the Kohler event in about a month. So a lot of stuff coming up here. Can't wait to do it. Thanks for Synced for partnering with us and sponsoring the show today. But without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.